Hello and welcome to Nationwide, reaching you on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. I am Lami Ali. You can follow this broadcast live on nta.ng/live and all our social media handles displayed on the screen. Now, the Supreme Court has granted some reliefs sought by 12 states challenging the federal government's demonetization policy. The 7-man panel of justices, in a unanimous verdict delivered by Justice Emmanuel Agim, ordered that the old 200, 500 and 1,000 naira notes should coexist with new ones till 31st December 2023 as legal tender. Judiciary correspondent Austin Anyebe brings us the details.
Kogi, Kaduna, and Zamfara states were the initial plaintiffs in the matter challenging the demonetization policy of the federal government. The initial plaintiffs were later joined by additional 9 states as joinders in the matter, leading to the consolidation of the suit. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, also joined by Edo and Bayelsa states as defendants, made conditional appearance and challenged the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court to adjudicate on the matter. The defendants also challenged the legal rights of the states as plaintiffs to institute the matter. In determining the preliminary objections, the Apex Court ruled that it has the jurisdiction to hear the matter, being the suit between the federal government, of which the president is head, versus the states as the federating unit. The court frowned at the unilateral directive to CBN without consultation with the Federal Executive Council, the National Council of States, the National Economic Council, and others who are constituents in the federation as required in matters that affect citizens in a democratic government. Justice Emmanuel Agim, who delivered a unanimous judgment, also held that the earlier 3-month period given for the 100, 500, and 1,000 naira odd notes to cease as legal tenders was not in line with the provision in the CBN Act 2007. The 7-man panel of justices frowned on the failure of one of the defendants to obey the interim order made on the 8th February 2023. To this end, the court granted all the relief sought by the plaintiffs and ordered that the old 200, 500 and 1,000 naira odd note should coexist as legal tender till 31st of December 2023 with the new naira notes.
I expect the CBN to comply. I expect the president to comply. We are a nation under law. The Supreme Court has spoken and we are bound.
As counsel to the plaintiffs and beneficiary of this judgment, we shall take steps within the confines of the law to ensure that whoever that is in contempt of court or does not comply with the Supreme Court decision is brought to book. When Supreme Court speaks, everybody in accordance with the Constitution must obey the judgment of the Supreme Court. So,
3 governors who first approached the court comment.
We are APC members. The president of Nigeria is from the APC, but we disagreed with him on this policy and its implementation.
This particular decision today has proven that Nigerian law is a respecter of no one.
The verdict foreclosed the initial issues surrounding the demonetization policy of the government, as well as pointing out that the CBN as an agent of the federal government does not need to be a joinder in the matter. From the Supreme Court, Austin Anyebe, NTA News.
Now we shall, in the course of the bulletin, join our business desk correspondent, Bossede Abel, for reactions on the streets concerning the Supreme Court judgments. Now, an explosion has hit a crude oil tapping station in Rumekwe in Emohua local government area of River State, where the police command has confirmed 12 persons dead and says investigation is ongoing. The alert was raised by the Youth and Environmental Advocacy Center through its crude oil spill alert system and members of its 1 million youth volunteers network of human rights defenders, which explained that the explosion happened at about 2 a.m. this Friday, March 3rd. And it is being attributed to one of the buses loaded with crude oil causing a spark. Reports say the explosion and fire has left dozens dead, with many other vehicles burnt to ashes as the tapping points on the Trans-Niger Delta pipeline, which passes through the community. Let's hear more from our correspondent, Kingsley Amajiri, who is on ground to give us an update. Over to you now, Kingsley. What's the situation on ground at that place of the accident?
Rumekbe is in a local government area. Will reliably gather that this fire you're seeing here is an explosion from a pipeline as early as about around 4:30 to 5 a.m. this early morning when the incident occurred. Reliably gathered that some persons were trying to product from that gas pipeline, and the explosion occurred. About 10 vehicles or thereabouts were repeatedly burnt in that incident. You could see some vehicles and keke, as well as over 20 persons, although not confirmed from the relevant. A number of concerns have been raised about this issue of illegal oil refining in Rivers State, and this is one of the sad realities you're seeing here. Before now, we've seen effort by the state government and the local government authorities to clamp down on these activities, but it appears the efforts are not yielding the right result. This incident is one of the evidences that activities of illegal refining is still occurring in Rivers. I have with me this local government chairman who has come on assessment tour of what has just happened.
It's very sad. I feel very, very sad about what is going on here. The mere fact that we lost, if just one life is bad enough, how much more? You look at the number of cars that are affected there, not less than 5 cars. So let's assume that we have 4 occupants in each of those cars. How many would that be? And I hear there were some who were doing the scoping.
Oh, there was a time the state government directed that these activities be clamped down in the local government area. What happened? What happened? Is it that you people relented?
The governor of Rivers State gave the marching order, and all the 23 council chairmen went to work. You remember we were almost nearly walking from the bush. We did all that. Then all of a sudden the federal government, of course, whose primary function it is to maintain all this, came in, the Minister of State for Petroleum.
As early as 4 a.m., we are here when it happened. As you can see, we've been able to rescue some of them. They are in the hospital. And
how many did you rescue?
We've been able to rescue 3 of them.
Okay.
Then you have only 1 corpse that you can see lying down there that was born beyond recognition.
How many persons were affected?
So far, when we came here, when they saw us coming in, they ran away. So we were able to see 1 dead body on the ground there and rescue 3. They were a little bit burnt before the flame gets to this extent.
In Rumekbe community, there are also some of the indigenes who are concerned about what is happening here, and would like to also find out what the effort has been put in place to ensure that these activities of illegal oil refining end within the community.
People that will come from the company and also educate the people and tell them this is not good, things will change. The people are angry. But that to say that we agree or sanction this kind of business is not good. It's so detrimental to us. So we are appealing to government to help us.
Thank you, Kingsley, for that update from the scene of the pipeline explosion at Rumekwe. Moving on now, the Presidential Campaign Council of the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu has cautioned the opposition political parties challenging the results of the February 25th, 2023 presidential election to pursue their grievances with decorum. As a media briefing in Abuja, the media team of the President-elect disclosed that a legal team has been constituted to meet the aggrieved parties in court. Salihu Gwanara reports.
The announcement and presentation of certificate of return to Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president-elect by the Independent National Electoral Commission has generated reactions from the camp of the first and second runner-up, who resolved to take legal action. The winning team appealed to the aggrieved parties to, in the spirit of sportsmanship, demonstrate the political will and encourage their members and supporters to follow the path of the rule of law.
The claim that INEC did not use beavers is patently false. Those who voted across Nigeria, including Atiku and Obi, were accredited by beavers. The process of transmitting results from polling units, whether real-time, 2 days later, or at any time, for that matter, cannot in any way change the results that have been announced right after the counting in the presence of the party's agents and to the hearing of the voters at each polling unit.
That we are also going to be filing a cross petition to cancel the votes of Labour Party in virtually almost all the states in the southeast.
This mandate was given by 8 million Nigerian citizens, born free, freely gave their, almost 9, freely gave their mandate. Are we to be pushed around? Are we to be told that we're insignificant? Are we not Nigerians as well? We will go to court. We will defeat them in court. We will defend our mandate.
The president-elect, the team said, has reactivated post-election reconciliation team in line with his agenda of presiding over a united country. In Abuja, Saliu Gwanara, NTA News.
Still on the outcome of last Saturday's presidential election, the APC Presidential Campaign Council says the group is happy that Asiwaju Bola Tinubu won the 2023 presidential election in Rivers State and enjoined him to be magnanimous in victory. Chairman of the local organizing committee, Tony Okucha, said this at a news briefing in Port Harcourt. Kingsley Amajiri reports.
For members of the local organizing committee, Presidential Campaign Council, the success of APC in Rivers State is not only historic, but a testament of resilience, commitment, and a firm belief in the political philosophy of Bola Tinubu.
APC Rivers won and scored over 40% of the total votes cast for the presidential candidate of our party. On this score, we thank our members who refuse to defect.
This was complemented by the support from Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike. Chief Okocha, however, noted that it was worrisome that the mainstream chapter of APC in Rivers State rather supported another presidential candidate, adding that against all odds and risk, the local organizing committee members went through. Electorate in Rivers State voted for APC. The group urged the president-elect to channel his energies to address issues affecting the economy, security, infrastructure, and be magnanimous in victory. Ahead of the March 11, 2023 governorship election, the group enjoined Rivers electorate to be civil and approach the election with the spirit of sportsmanship. In Port Harcourt, Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
And the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has held its regular weekly meeting and deliberated on several issues, including the presidential and National Assembly elections, the governorship and state assembly elections, the pending elections in Enugu East Senatorial District, and the Eson Central, Eson West, and Igwebem federal constituencies in Edo State. In a statement signed by the National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye, the Commission assures Nigerians that the governorship and State House of Assembly elections scheduled for Saturday, 11th March 2023 will hold as scheduled, and all the processes and procedures leading to the election are being finalized. Furthermore, the Commission will conduct the rescheduled elections in Enugu and Edo States on Saturday, 11th March 2023, along with the governorship and state assembly elections. The Commission is aware that in some senatorial districts and federal constituencies, declarations and returns were not made. The Commission is compiling the list of the affected constituencies. A date for supplementary elections will be fixed after the governorship and state assembly elections. Now, an Islamic group under the aegis of Jam'iyyat Ansar-ud-Din at-Tijaniya, Nigeria, has commended the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, for a successful conduct of the presidential and National Assembly elections and called on political actors to put Nigeria first and join the president-elect to build a better Nigeria. This was at a news conference by the group in Abuja. Tokbe Alabi has more.
Some election observers have adjudged the presidential and National Assembly elections as transparent process, saying some political figures lost elections in their strongholds. Jam'iyyatu Ansar-ud-Din at-Tijaniya commended the President Muhammadu Buhari for creating an enabling environment for INEC to work without interference.
The Jama also wish to use this opportunity to appeal to other Nigerians, particularly political aspirants who lost in the just concluded elections, to put the nation first and give peace a chance. They should separate with candor their expectations from the reality. In all circumstances, however, the INEC should be commended for a wonderful job. Nevertheless, INEC should learn from all the lapses experienced during this year's electoral process.
The group urged the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu to run an all-inclusive government.
The Jagaba should be a president with the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is fair to all citizens, and a leader of a government that will make all Nigerians proud.
Jam'iyyatu Ansar-ud-Din at-Tijaniya is an Islamic organization for the adherents of Tijaniya order worldwide, with professionals in the academia and scholars across the country. In Abuja, Tokbe Alabi, NTA News.
Adiola is in Lagos with more reports on Nationwide. Hi, Adiola.
Hello, Lami. Good to see you. Commissioner of Police in Lagos State, Idowu Owohunwa, has called on Nigerians to reflect on the phase the country is going through and push aside their individual differences, ethnic and religious biases in the interest of promoting national peace and unity. He stated this at a security meeting with critical stakeholders on the review of the February 25 presidential and National Assembly elections in Lagos. Abolade Salami reports.
The 2023 presidential election that produced candidates of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as president-elect and his running mate, Senator Kashim Shettima, as vice president-elect, was relatively peaceful, but not without some pockets of violence. A post-mortem of the security component of the election identified some security breaches at some polling units in the states, necessitating this stakeholders' engagement between Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Idowu Owohunwa, and some stakeholders. The ultimate agenda, he says, is to involve needed strategies and protocols aimed at jointly mitigating any threats to public safety and security.
Support us to present a common front in confronting the real enemies of the people and the state, who are the criminal elements that are bent on threatening our valued peace, security, and livelihood.
While pointing out the key roles of the police and the electoral umpire at ensuring a credible exercise devoid of malpractices, stakeholders emphasized the need for Nigerians to embrace the culture of seeking redress to perceived electoral injustice in the court of law rather than resulting to violence.
All those who were arrested by your men and women last Saturday have to be charged before the court, if possible before the end of the week.
We must never purpose with our blood. Life can never be replaced. All that we have to do must be done in a very peaceful and orderly manner.
As attention shifts to the coming governorship and House of Assembly elections, the meeting will commit to forging better synergy between the Electoral Commission and security agencies. In Lagos, Abuja Salami, NTA News.
Talking census now, a symbiotic relationship between National Population Commission and relevant stakeholders is pivotal to achieving an accurate data in the 2023 population and housing census. This informed a one-day workshop for journalists on effective reporting of the 2023 census.
Since the last population census in year 2006, the precise population of Nigerians has been based on projections, which many a times may not be accurate. The 2023 population and housing census, which will be conducted from March 29th to April 2nd by the MPC, is a way of changing this narrative through deployment of digital technology such as personal digital assistants and Census Pad, an homegrown solution, which is a data collection application that will be deployed for the exercise. MPC Federal Commissioner for Lagos State, Bimbola Salu Undeyi, says journalists are crucial to the success of the exercise.
The mother of all data census is the mirror of the society. Nigeria will be able to see a proper mirror of itself, and we will be able to move at the right time to the right place, achieving the right results that will give everybody better life. This is what we want the media to do for us.
She assured that the Commission is fully prepared to give Nigeria a reliable data that will engender economic growth.
This time we're going to minimize a lot of errors. As we all know, that technology aids accuracy. Our census data this time will be much more accurate than what we've ever had.
The participants say they are ready to cooperate with the Commission to actualize the digital census.
I will enjoin my colleagues to also brace up, come out in full force as we have done during election to assist in this forthcoming census.
Aside from publicizing it, we engage our people, our neighbors at home, at work, on TVs, newspapers, Vox Pop, and so on and so on.
The Commission assured that no Nigerian will be left uncounted regardless of the location.
Nationwide will continue with Amina in Kaduna after the break, but do not forget that you can still follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on the screen for update. We'll be right back to stay on.
Words cannot express how we feel. Before the bridge, the road from here, Nasarawa to Loko, is about 74 kilometers. This is the link between Nasarawa and Loko. The bridge, which is about 3-5 kilometers across the river Benue, has been on for about 10 years now. Before now, if you live here for Loko, 74 kilometers, and somebody lives Nasarawa for Kaduna, he will get to Kaduna before you get to Loko. The implication of the completion of this bridge is the cutting of the travel distance by about 3 hours. Our people from Nasarawa can now travel from here to Onitsha and come back on the same day. The economic and social consequences of this milestone development can hardly be compared to the ease with which people move has opened the area, and many people are coming around now to invest in agriculture. Where to score this government on this achievement, we will score them extremely high because it has changed the dynamics of the social and economic activities of our people.
Weekend File, your Saturday delight, going to places from the obscure to the hinterland and cities, bringing you development stories and perspectives, connecting the people with government and stakeholders on critical issues of our national life.
We are live in Abuja.
It's 9 p.m. every Saturday on the network service of the NTA. Weekend File. You can't afford to miss it.
On NCC Telecom Weekly, we bring you innovations, trends, policies, and stakeholders, redefining all sectors of our economy today. Here, you'll see the actors, policymakers, and creativity that will shape your mind and business for growth in line with today's reality. Join us every Friday, 5 p.m. on NTA Network and on radio, FRCN Network on Fridays, 8 p.m.
NCC, connecting Nigeria.